Does the symbol of Teddy Roosevelt in these riddles represent Trump in real life? Just like how the Lone Ranger in these riddles could represent Elon Musk in real life? I mean, funny enough, two of the main characters represented in these riddles, the Lone Ranger and Teddy Roosevelt, perfectly align with the two main characters of crypto implementation, Elon Musk and Donald Trump. So if the world's a stage and much of reality follows a script, could Trump's character on the world stage be based on Teddy Roosevelt? The similarities are uncanny. For one, both presidents were shot during a campaign speech. Teddy was shot on the campaign trail and famously continued with his speech, saying, "It takes more than that to kill a bull moose," the equivalent of Donald Trump's fist-pumping the air moments after he was wounded in his own assassination attempt 111 years later. Also, Elon compared Trump to Roosevelt less than an hour after the attack, tweeting, "The last time America had a candidate this tough was Theodore Roosevelt." Here's Don Jr. solidifying the comparison 4 days later.
Teddy Roosevelt was struck by a would-be assassin's bullet. But he didn't quit either. He finished his speech and he kept fighting. Today, Teddy Roosevelt's man in the arena has a name, and it's Donald J. Trump.
That's pretty direct, right? Next, both presidents were populist but elite. Rich men playing anti-elite champions who somehow related to the working class and were known as a man of the people. Both were born and raised in New York City to wealthy families, making them the only two presidents born in New York City. Both were known for giving political enemies nicknames. Next, right after Trump's inauguration, he decorated the Oval Office to include a portrait of Teddy Roosevelt, as well as a bronze sculpture from Roosevelt's house called the Bronco Buster that was given to him as a gift when he returned home from the Battle of San Juan Hill. Even Mike Pence said Trump is reminiscent of Teddy Roosevelt.
And in President Donald Trump, I think the United States once again has a president whose vision, energy, and can-do spirit is reminiscent of President Teddy Roosevelt. And just as President Roosevelt exhorted his fellow Americans to dare to be great, President Donald Trump has dared our nation to make America great again.
And the two time periods Roosevelt and Trump were presidents are also eerily similar. We see Trump trying to abolish income tax and establish tariffs. Well, when Roosevelt was president, tariffs gave the country the richest period in the history of the U.S. Trump even talks about this in his original tone-setting tariff speech, mentioning Teddy Roosevelt.
You know, the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States. Again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary. He took over this vast sum of money.
So both were president during massive revolutions in finance. For example, the Panic of 1907 during Roosevelt's presidency was the crisis used to justify the implementation of a new financial system, aka the Federal Reserve. And the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020 during Trump's presidency is the crisis used to justify the implementation of a new digital financial system. The parallels are there.